podcast. Let me reintroduce our team to you. This is Sarita Dara. I am Charlotte Allen, co-owner with my husband, Derek Allen. Malanya Holloway, Stephanie Scott, Miss Kay Walden, Belinda Finch, and LaConya Richardson. Today we want to discuss a topic dealing with the best look for our clients and how we determine what that is when our client does not know what they want. How do you do that? How do you determine what's the best look for your client?
I basically ask a lot of questions. It's about the consultation. That's very important. You're finding out what their lifestyle is about, their profession, what they like to do in their spare time, how much time they have in order to maintain that look. And then once we get all those questions off the ground, all those answers and questions, then we can determine what kind of look, and then we can just give them options and see what they want to go with and see what works best for them.
That's good.
Another thing you have to take into consideration is facial shape. You have to take in, like she said, what they do for a living, their style. A lot of things go into play when you consult with the client and find out what's going on, and then it'll better help you come up with a style for them.
So let's say someone, I hear this often, I have a fat face, but they see a look, say on Halle Berry, shortcut, that they feel like will work for them. Do you tell that person, I don't think that works for you, or do you try to please the client? The client's always right. What do you do?
A word that I like to use is variation. We can do something that's similar to this style, but we're going to curtail it to your facial features. We're also going to take into consideration your hair texture, your hair density, because a lot of times people's perspective of what a hairstyle looks like isn't what type of hair that they have. For example, a cut may look really good on someone because their hair is thick and it allows for fullness that your client may not have. So you may have to do something a little different as far as the cut to compensate for anything that may be lacking as far as the style that they're trying to achieve.
That's good.
That's a good point. Good point, LaConya. Because a lot of people think that they can get certain things, and it really do depends on density. And if you have once you explain it to the client, they understand, and it'll give you it can help you make a good, fair decision of what look they want to go for after that. So
Let me go back to the fat face comment, because a lot of times they may think they can't rock it, but I feel like it's you who make the style, not the style that makes you.
That is true.
So
Confidence.
you have to have that boost of confidence that will allow you to rock that style, so you can just forget about all your Achilles heels, your things that you find flaws about yourself, basically.
Right.
That's good.
And as opposed to fat, we can say round. We can stay with the facial shapes as opposed to, you just really have to be positive about it, because a lot of times people use negative, as women, we tend to use negative terms to describe ourselves, and it's not that you have a fat face, you have a full face or you have a round face. So a lot of times I'll redirect and just say, well, yeah, you have a round face, but there are several styles that complement someone that has a round face, and so we'll just concentrate on those, and we'll find styles that you like that fit your facial shape.
Right.
Another thing I like to add to that too is not just facial shape, but the shape of the head. Is really important, because like I've had a client who maybe their head kind of went up, but they wanted something sleek, and I knew that from a professional standpoint, it would not compliment them. So if you give them something wider to round out their face, would be a better choice as opposed to something like Melanya's hair or your hair. You know what I'm saying? So that plays a big part.
So, Ms. Kay, what inspired you to go from because the last episode that someone saw, your hair was long, and now you're
Team short hair.
to team short hair. What was the inspiration?
Yes, I joined Team Short Hair.
Yeah.
But I like short hair. I always have liked short hair. And I'll do that periodically. It's been 20 years since I cut it short.
And you look 20 years younger.
You do.
Yeah, well, thank
Yeah.
you. But I was just ready to go back to it, and no one believed me, but I was ready. I was just ready.
I did.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you
did.
did. You sure did. You sure did. As a matter of fact, we met in the middle of the floor, and I said, just let a chump.
I did.
No
She
turning
did.
back.
And you don't regret it.
I don't regret it at all.
It's beautiful.
You look
It
great.
does. It
Thank
compliments you very
Thank
well.
you. I get lots of compliments. So thank you.
Beautiful.
And that's another thing, longer hair for some people, shorter hair makes you look younger to me.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And once you get older, it's perfect. It's the perfect look. Because when you have longer hair, you can only really wear it one or two ways.
Yeah.
Sure.
And when it's shorter, you can just kind of have a lot more options.
Right.
That's true.
Belinda, I've noticed that you do ladies with, I don't know if they're older, but they have gray hair. And they all normally have a funky, short
Yes.
look.
Yes.
Is that intentional? Did they come to you like that, or did you transition them from longer to short?
A lot of my short hair clients already came to me with their haircut. I do try, no matter what age my client is, I do try to keep them on the latest and the hottest trends, but still make it age appropriate. So,
You do that very well.
oh, thank you.
Very well. Pictures right now.
Oh,
It's
thank
on your
you.
work. It's really beautiful.
But yes, to go back to what Malanya said, I just love mature women with a short haircut. It just does something for them.
Yes.
It really does.
And Sarita, I noticed that you are definitely a master with weave. How do you advise your older clients with the lengths, or do you? Do you see a difference that it would make if they had longer or shorter hair?
Well, a lot of time my clients, I don't know, like my older clients, it's like they want their hair like mine, and I try to, tell them, like, well, let's do it like this, or they're like, no, I want it like yours. So I try to talk them out of it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. So most of the time, I just try to, if they want to weave, I don't do it like a long weave and part down the middle. I just do something more, simple, maybe like a short bob or something like that.
Okay, yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, that will conclude this episode. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.